Hi there, folks. How's it going? Happy Saturday to y'all. I can already see a lot of y'all are in the well. Today is actually one of the quirky and we're gonna be doing a little bit of artistic technology. It's a very simple thing that we usually do. We're gonna do the same thing, and then if we have the time or y'all want to stick around, try something new. Well, happy Saturday to you too, Deep. So I see a question here that y'all are apparently not able to check in. So let me quickly share my screen and see. Nice to see you too. If you've ever attended any of my other streams or any of my hacker hangouts, welcome back. Let me quickly share my screen and see if I can check in. If we can't, we'll figure it out together. Mm-mm. There we go. So this is the screen, folks, to make sure that you all earn your points for participating in these events. Go ahead, make sure you're signed in. Go ahead, click on register, and I can see that you're not able to sign your check in. Let me quickly see if I can figure this one out. Give me just 1 second. All right, until we figure out the check in, what's stuck up with the check in, do you all have any expectations from this session? Are you hoping to learn something? I agree. I love streaming and I absolutely hate it when GHW ends. This might be my last GHW until the next to next GHW. I'm planning to take a break next GHW, so let's see. So even you're not able to check in, I agree. Even I'm not able to check in. Let me quickly see if I can fix that. If not, I am pretty sure we'll be able to get you the link again once we do. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can quickly figure out why. Is that so? Is that what's wrong? Huh, that's probably it then. Is to have GHW every 2 months, so it should be in September. I'm sorry, folks. It's raining. It's raining here, so my internet's going to be very crappy. We had a power issue yesterday, so I couldn't take the stream in the first place. Is it okay now? Welcome back there, Mohammed. I hope you've been having fun at GHW till now. Yes, the weather is nice, but the internet becomes really bad because of that. It's gonna keep coming and going, folks. I'm sorry. Let's keep it short and simple today for the same reason. Let me quickly dive right in. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be making some LED pendants. So I don't know if you all have attended my art plus technology streams earlier. If you haven't, we basically solder some LEDs and wires together and make these really beautiful LED pendants. If you all can make it sturdy, what you can also do is you can throw it around and click pictures, and then it becomes this something called LED throwies, and you can actually make some really nice patterns with it. That's a great question, Deep. Considering I don't lose my internet again, we are going to be making LED pendants. Let me show you very quickly what we're going to be making. This is what we made in the stream last time, and we're going to make it. We'll make something similar, maybe with a different pattern or something. But you can see this is an LED pendant that we made, and here's a coin cell battery. We make sure that we design it to kind of fit the coin cell battery, and there you go. There you see. And yeah, this is what we're going to be making today. This is kind of like a repeat thing, but yeah, if you're here for the first time, I'm going to walk you through how to get all your materials together, how to make sure that you're safe when you're working with these. And yeah, I'm going to be doing some live soldering. I'm going to take like 5 minutes to set my streaming up so that y'all can see me work, my workspace as well as me. But yeah, I hope you all are excited. So we're going to be using some basic material like brass wire. We can also use copper wire. We'll be using some LEDs, of course. And there's a good question. I've never been into hackathons. Is there a chance of getting selected into the? Yes, you don't have to participate in. You don't have to be a hacker per se to get into the MLH fellowship. Even forget the prep program. The only reason why hackathons look good on your portfolio is that you know how to collaborate with people. Is that you know how to work in a deadline, and that's why hackathons really look good. But yeah, if you don't have a hackathon on your portfolio but you have some good code and some good projects, you're good to go. Usually there's an interview that happens, and they're amazing folks from MLH, so they're really good at what they do, so you should be good. I hope I answered your question, Chandra. But today we're going to be doing something very, very basic. So if you know 8th grade electricity concepts, you should be good. So I'm going to take now literally 3 minutes, set my phone up for your workspace streaming. Again, if my internet stays, uh, I'm glad I could answer your question, Chandra. Please don't call me ma'am. I am basically the same age as y'all, as just graduated. And I realized I haven't introduced myself. I do this so much on my streams. So I am a coach at MLH. I'm also a community manager at Blues, and it's an IoT company called Blues Wireless. And yeah, sure, check it out. They've got some great hardware. I love playing around with hardware and IoT. I have a pretty extensive background in IoT. I usually take IoT streams, and yeah, I've been with MLH now for 11 months. I joined last August, and yeah, it's I can't imagine a year's gone by already. So it's been a lot of fun. Uh, Oh, absolutely. Actually, I have another stream, or rather a YouTube video that I think Mansi took for how you get into the MLH Coach program. The process is very simple. You just go on the website, you scroll down, there is a Become a Coach option button. You just click on that, and there's an application that takes you through. I have been in hackathons for the longest time. I did a lot of hackathons around the same time last year, for that matter. And yeah, I loved hackathons. I love communities. The 4 years of college, I did a lot of community, volunteering. I am based out of Pune, so if y'all are in Pune, you will know that the tech scene over here is amazing. So there are amazing communities from Women Who Code, Google Developer Group, Facebook Developer Circles, and of course MLH itself. So yeah, if y'all are in your city, you can just look up tech groups, and it's a great way to start with how communities work and how you can participate in them. I like how y'all like me being awkward when people call me ma'am. Sure, enjoy. We are here to have fun after all today at the very least. So we're doing this, and after the session ends around, I think 3:30 p.m. IST, we're going to be doing people bingo in Discord. So do watch out for that. Oh, that's amazing, Shubhangi. Do look me up. I usually do a lot of I turn up to a lot of events in Pune. So yeah, we might end up meeting soon. Is it? I'm so sorry. It's possibly my internet. I can see there's this, my stream. You are telling me that you have a very unstable connection. That is a great question, Deep. So the way you earn MLH t-shirts is by participating in a lot of events. Usually the top three overalls, that is first, second, and third in every hackathon, get t-shirts. But yeah, sometimes MLH is generous and throws in t-shirts for other categories as well. That's a nice concept. You say you're from Bengal, West Bengal, and I think my first stream, almost 10 to 15 people were from Bengal. Not just Bengal, like I think 9 of them were from Kolkata, and we ended up, already making plans for having a meetup there. I'm so sorry, folks. I honestly don't know how to make it better. Check-in issue. I have put in a message. Let's see if anyone can get back to me. Hmm. Possibly. I honestly do not know, but yeah, this is a good question for Discord. Oh, absolutely. So, when you participate in hackathons, especially member events of MLH that have sponsors, so these university hackathons that have other sponsors, when you go there, you showcase your projects. A lot of companies recruit from there. I got my first job through a hackathon. So, yes, I'm a huge advocate for, prioritizing hackathons and collaboration and learning in public over your standard ways of learning. Absolutely. I'm not sure about this year per se, maybe November. But if I'm even thinking of being in Kolkata, I will put it on Discord and my Twitter. For example, I'm going to be next week in Bangalore and I have it on my Twitter, the dates I'm going to be there. So keep a lookout on that. I will definitely keep that updated. So if I'm there and you all are free, we'll definitely meet up. Well, you don't need to register every day. The days you are participating, you register, you get swag for those days, and the more events you attend, the more swag gets added to your swag bag. So yeah, great question, Mohammed. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some art with LEDs. So I just showed what we're going to be doing today, and I lost my pendant. I wait. Oh, where's my pendant? There we go. Found it. So we're going to be making these today. I'm going to be soldering live right here. So this is an LED pendant, and there you go. This is how it lights up. You all don't need materials to follow along per se, because I'm going to be telling you why it's very hard to find materials in India. I take 5 minutes just now to kind of set up my workspace. Yeah. So keep the questions coming, folks. I love talking while I am soldering. I'm going to be a little distracted for a bit. Yes, you do get remote opportunities. My current job is a remote opportunity, and yeah, I work from India for a Boston based company. So yes, you do. And yeah, all right, great. So I'm gonna take 5 minutes to quickly set up my stream on my workspace. I usually have a nice silicon mat. Right now it's for a I've been trying to redo my entire space since I graduated. Not successful just yet. If you have better ideas or suggestions on how I can organize my workspace, do let me know. And I'm sorry, I'm not doing any swag giveaways today, and you might want to join Khalid's session to find out later. He just might have something for you all. All right, folks. So again, this is a mini event. We're here to have fun. If you all have any questions, if you all want me to just stop and listen to you all say something, all good. If you all want to join this stream, you all are welcome to do that as well, because once I start soldering, I get a little overwhelmed with a lot of questions. So yeah, feel free to join this. Create a ticket in Discord if you all want to join the stream. I will quickly close my camera and get set up. And once I'm set up, we'll start talking again. Uh, I'm so glad to hear this. I'm very sure Ryan and Mary will be thrilled to hear that. I am going to ignore one of the questions because it's a cultural thing, and let's keep this very inclusive. All right. Great. So, great. I am going to go set up my space. I'm going to be back. I'm going to play some music for you all in the background while I go. But if you all have any questions, keep them coming. I'll try and answer them as soon as I'm back. I shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. And I don't know if you all can hear the rain in the background, but it's raining really heavily in the back. So if you can and my internet's still there, that's a miracle. All right, folks, I'll be back in exactly 5 minutes. Yell at me if I'm not. All right. So let me quickly put a nice. No worries. No need to apologize. But yeah, let's keep some questions for India communities only. All right, folks. I'm gonna go and quickly get my stream set up. Let me quickly put some music for y'all.
The internet is fairly dicey. Going to be an LED pendant. I just showed you what an LED pendant is. This is our LED pendant. And yep, this is what we're going to make today basically. Right, so this is what we're going to be making today. I don't know if you all can hear me throughout, but yeah, so basically this is what we're going to be making. And we have our soldering gun here. I have some flux and I have a soldering metal. And I have some pretty examples to show you all about what you all can do with all of this. I am not sure if you all can still see me, but alright, I'm hoping you all can still see me and hear me. So we're going to get started. I have some different types of wire here. I told you all we can make it with brass and copper both. So we have like multiple thicknesses here. I usually use something even I usually use this thickness over here, which you can see in the LED pendant I've used here. But yeah, so we also have copper. So today I'm going to try it with copper because this one that we have is fairly, flexible and it should be fairly easy to work with. This is much more harder to work with, but it also gives you more stability. So this is also a good option. These two, this is a slightly different type of wire altogether, but again, the only difference, they all conduct. Basically, when you're going out looking for wire, what you want to make sure is that it all conducts. So these all are conducting wires. It took me a really long time to get good copper wire that conducts. Initially, what I'd gotten was from a jewelry store, and needless to say, it did not conduct, and it took me a lot of time to figure out. Usually, if you go to hardware stores, this is the kind of wire they're going to sell you thick, and even though it conducts, you can't solder it. These ones, these wires with a little bit of flux, you can solder it really well. So yeah, let's get started, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we'll try and recreate this, and then if we have time and you're still interested, we can go on and make something more creative, right? So we're going to be making LED pendants. You can see what's happening in this, right? We are trying to first differentiate anodes and cathodes very clearly. So you can see that when you see it from a sideways look, you can see none of the both ends touch each other except the LED itself, right? And that is how we're able to very clearly insert the cell. And even by just touching one of the ends, it lights up the entire pendant, right? So this is what we're going to be building today. I can see that there's the one that we made earlier as well. This is similar. Over here, we soldered both ends brass. Here, we did not bother soldering both ends brass. You can see this is a white one. And yeah, today we'll be making a yellow one. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's move on and see how we can see this. So we're going to be making copper today, so it should look fairly nice. I have yellow LEDs today. And before we start, it's always a good idea to check your LEDs. So let's open up our LEDs, take out 3 LEDs, and hope that they work. So I'm going to show you a way that I test LEDs. It's not the safest way, but it works if you have enough experience with electronics. Make sure that when you're doing this, you practice safely. So this is one LED that's working. What I'm doing is I'm connecting the positive end to the positive side of the coin cell and the negative to the negative and checking. So 1, 2, and 3, right? So now I know that all the LEDs work. Now what I'm also going to do is we're going to be connecting them in parallel, right? So I'm just going to take all of them, bunch them together, and make sure that my coin cell has enough battery to power them in parallel. Because we're going to be giving the same voltage to them in parallel. Because what happened one of the times when we were trying was that even though our LEDs worked separately, together the coin cell couldn't handle them. So we're just going to bunch them together, all the positive ends and one end and all the negative, and there we go. So our LED can power them. Perfect. So this should be good. We can start now. Now we're trying to make a triangle here. So we're going to make sure that our shape fits accordingly. What I usually do is I usually just draw it here. So let's try and do that, right? So let's take our older pendant for reference. But the better way to go about this is, just keep your cell, right? The bottom as your reference. Just draw a circle around it. I usually have newspaper on my desk because I also use my desk for photography, and I like having the surface white, which is very rare with all the paints. If I don't know if you all see around, right? So yeah, let's get started. We have our coin cells size now, right? Now we want to make sure that our wires that we have, both the positive and the negative, overlap here, because if we make it too big, our coin cell won't be able to touch any of the wires, and then it won't be able to light up the pendant, right? So we want to make sure that it overlaps here. So I'm going to make a random design here and make sure that it overlaps, right? It's okay if the coin cell sticks out a little, that's okay, but we don't want it to be very, very all over the place either, such that you don't know what's happening. And then I'm going to get the next terminal to come in the center and overlap like this, so that I have a very clear holding space, right? And I'm going to make sure that my LEDs are also spaced out in such a way that they are tight enough to hold the cell in place without me having to, hold it down. So this is my design that I have, finally decided on. Now, I don't know if you all can see it very clearly. I'm assuming not. I'm so sorry, folks. I realize it's a bad experience overall, but let me know if you have questions or if you want to show if you want me to show a particular thing again. What I will do is I'll try and create a reel out of it so that you all can check it out later. Alright. So let's get cutting first. So here I have my copper wire. Next I'm going to pick up my wire cutter. I wish my internet would get better. You know what, if the internet does not get any better, I have a different way of trying to do this. We'll do that then. I don't know if it's any clearer, quite honestly. Please let me know if you can see this any better. Okay, I think the workspace is much clearer now. Should have done this a lot earlier. This is much better. Thank you so much for sticking around while I figured what was wrong. Now I'm going to adjust it so that it focuses more on what I'm doing. Much better. Alright, now you can see it a tad bit better. I'm so happy about it. Alright, I think now I can even add my side to the stream so that you can see what I'm doing. And this makes so much more sense. Oh, should have done this way before. Alright. So let's get started, right? So I still haven't connected my soldering gun for good because then it's gonna get messy. So what I was talking about was earlier was this design. I think it's slightly more clearer now. What we did was we placed the coin cell, we drew a circle around the coin cell so that we have a basic understanding of the entire design that we want. Once I did that, I drew a triangle around it such that it overlapped this coin cell so that the coin cell can be held in place together. And when I did that, I also then made a terminal point of intersect so that the other terminal can also have a way of connecting and at the same time hold the battery down together. Alright, so we usually end up having the negative on the top and the positive on the end. So let's continue the thing. Next, what we're going to do, we are going to do is we're going to cut the wire. So this is the copper wire. These are the brass wires I showed earlier. I'm not sure if they were clear or not, but here you go. So this is the copper wire I'll be using. Before this, as you can see, we've used brass wires. Now the thing is, I do not have this thickness wire left anymore. These two, while they're great, they also require a lot of maneuvering that I'm not comfortable doing on camera because I don't want to burn myself on stream. I burn myself enough. I don't think I can do that on stream. Okay, there is a little issue in checking in. So let me see if anyone will get back to me. I don't think anyone's online right now to get back to me. Let me message Cecilia and see if she can help us out. Alright, I put in a message, folks. I hope someone gets back to us sooner or later. Uh, and if not, whenever the check-in does go live, I will let you all know. But until then, I hope you all enjoy this while we are. In case you all joined in late, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make an independent, and yeah, let's see how that goes. If anyone, I mean, who Alright, folks, I honestly don't have any access to it. If I can figure it out, I will let you all know. But until then, let's continue with this thing. Alright, so let's get back. We're gonna start cutting the wire now. So I'm gonna cut it as per the design that I've created here. I hope you all can see the design here. That's a triangle. If not, I can try putting some light. If not, let me know. I'll put in some light. Alright. And there we go. So I'm gonna cut this here. This is a good length. Slightly longer, which is fine. I'm gonna cut the other two the same length. So two and there we go. Next, I want to cut the other side. So I'm gonna take one measure of this right to the center, fold it in to get the best accuracy, and there we go. So this is kind of perfect in size, which is great. So I'm gonna cut two more of the same length. There we go. And one more, same length. Alright. So we are almost done with the first part, which is getting our materials ready. So great. Now we can move on to the next part of actually getting the LEDs in. So what we are going to do now is let's place them, right? So this is our first triangle, right? This is what we're going to be soldering first. Once we solder this, we're going to have all the positives LED soldered to the three corners, and then the top will get continued. So we'll solder this also together first, the star shaped thing that we want. And once we're done soldering these two components separately, we will add the LEDs. We don't, if this goes well, if this gets soldered nicely, we don't even need to solder the LEDs. We can just wrap it around. All right, so let's see how that goes. We're going to be using some plugs here. At the same time, I'm going to get my soldering gun plugged in so that it starts heating up. Okay, so the soldering gun's starting to heat up now. Till then, we're going to make sure that these things have flux. I'm going to just dip them on both the ends into flux. That way, there's no question of them having been put nicely. So there we go. These two ends are done. This end. There we go. So this is ready. Then we want to make sure these ends have flux. And there we go. So this is a star shape ready. If we can solder these together properly, half our work is done. Let's see if this is ready. Maybe a little while. And so cleaning the soldering iron is quite simple. You just need to add some cotton and that it works out pretty well. Usually it gets stuck, so make sure that you are good at cleaning it too. And we're just waiting for it to heat up a little more. Once it does, we'll be ready to go. Next, when we do add the LEDs, we might want to trim them a little so that they're a little more friendly to our entire design. But until then, this is good. We're just waiting. This is almost done. Shouldn't take this long to get heated. There we go. This is good to go. I don't know if y'all can see it. If y'all are soldering, make sure that you do not breathe in the fumes that come out of this because they are very, very dangerous. Especially if you're using a low melting point solder, in which case it is going to be very difficult, right? So I'm going to use a because this is going to heat up very fast. And this is very nice. Take more iron. So soldering it for the first time can be a little tricky. If you want, add more flux. And that it works out quite well. This is not a very good joint at all. So do not count on this. Take more flux. Put it right here. And then just hold this down. Alright, so now I can just use the cotton to hold it down. Make sure it sticks properly. Right, that's again not a very, very solid joint, but that's okay because we are going to have more LEDs supporting that. So we're good. Okay, next we're going to take more iron.
I'm sorry, folks. I just realized that my workspace went off right now, but yeah. Uh, Here's the thing: the check-in isn't working today. Let me figure out why and how. As soon as someone gets back to me, I will let you all know that the check-in is ready to go. All right? Yes, that's ideally what it should show. I will let you all know when the check-in is live. There has to be some glitch here and there. Yeah. You should be able to still check in, but that's okay. We will figure that out later. Hi there, welcome to the stream. I'm just waiting for my phone to get connected again to the internet, and then we'll continue the soldering. We are making an LED pendant today, so let's see how that goes. All right.
Okay, my stream's back, which is great. So now you can see my workspace again, and the fact that you can see my workspace again is great because now we can continue making the pendant. For you all who just joined right now, we're making an LED pendant. This is what it looks like, and you can just add an LED and you can just throw it around and keep it around like a fun souvenir, or use it as an actual pendant. And go to Comic Con or something. The world's your oyster with it. So let's just continue. Okay, so now we decided that our positives are going to be at the bottom because that's where the base is. So let's start soldering these in. Again, a lot of flux because it's usually very difficult to solder on to an LED without the flux. So let's do that. I'm going to put it fairly inside so that there's enough space for it to. There we go. Almost. Just a little more metal to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. Not bad. I'm fairly happy with this. Let's go on with the next LED. In case you all don't know how to find out the positive end of the LED, every LED has one longer end and one shorter end. There you go. This is our third LED. You can see there's one longer end, which is the positive end, and the shorter end is the negative end. All right. There we go. This is a fairly sturdy joint, so I'm going to let it be. And I'm going to move on to the last LED. We're almost there, folks. Are you all excited to see our yellow pendant ready? There we go.
I'm sorry, folks. It's raining here, and my internet is very, very glitchy. Okay, let's hope this time. Yes, I am. Please do not call me ma'am. And
I can realize it's echoing, so now it shouldn't echo, which is great. Alright folks, so let's continue. Our LED pendant is almost done. Let's see if the star is holding up. It is. Will it fit? It just might. I'm just gonna find out the right angle for these things, and okay, this LED came off, not a problem. Let's solder it back. Let's put some more flux, and this should actually help. There we go. And this should be fairly sturdy now. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly solder the anodes together so that it's complete. A little faster because my internet is super glitchy and I don't want it to fail before I'm done making this. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of flux on a brush. Let's see if this helps. Right? Put it here. There we go. This is nice. And yep, take my flux. Okay. Okay. This is kind of coming together. Two sides are soldered. One more side to go. Alright, folks. We are done. And our LED pendant is actually ready. So let's see if it actually works, or we'll have to work on the joints more. So we just push it in, push it in. Oh, it does work. Now the thing is it's not tight enough, which is what I'm concerned about. So I'm just gonna pull this out, press these anodes in to make sure that we have a more sturdy connection. So let's see. Mm-mm. The LED came off again. Not an issue. We just push it in. Alright, we are done. Folks, this is our last LED pendant until the next GSW, hopefully. Alright, let me pick it up. It's not very tight this time. I'll have to figure that out in a bit. It's very hot too. So I'm gonna let it cool down for a bit. Okay, well, that's it. That's our LED pendant. And again, I'm so sorry about the bad intention today. I can still see that my workspace is super unclear. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking around, folks. I understand this is a very rough event. But thank you for sticking around. So that's the heavy pendant. In case you all are just joining around, this is what we were trying to make. The pendant that we made today is still very hot for me to actually hold because I just folded it. This is what we made today, and in pendant we made a yellow one this time. This is from the first string that I did. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. And I will be closing the session now. Let me remove this from my stream. Is this good enough to hold? Okay, it is. Where did I keep the thing? All right. This is what we needed today, and it's kind of awesome. And I'm gonna remove this from the stream.
Alright, so this is what we made today, and this is another LED pendant. And I'm sorry, the check-in link is still not been fixed. As soon as it does, I will make an announcement. Uh, it's echoing. Alright, so that's the event today, folks. Again, very sorry for the rough thing. It's raining really hard and my internet's not being nice to me. But I will see y'all in an hour for the People Bingo event. We'll be in Discord, and hopefully until then I'll figure out some backup internet. And yeah, I'll see you in Discord, folks. Bye bye.